Hello guys, guess what? We're going to start a brand new topic today together as we look interestingly into your phylum Platyhelminthes. Oh yes, phylum Platyhelminthes is a very long series of classes, and then we're going to be going through all of them together one after the other, and trust me, we're going to be looking at all of them with their past questions back to back. This semester, your aim was loud. Yeah, let's go. We're going to be looking at the introductory aspect of it before we go into lesson 1. In this introduction, the question is what do they want us to note under your Platyhelminthes? It's very simple. We're going to look at 9 powerful things all together. Oh yes, but I'm going to break all of them into 11 lessons for you, but they are 9 altogether. And what are the 9 of them? Number 1, I'll show you the definition of Platyhelminthes. We look at the definition, look at some beautiful things underneath it, take all the past questions that they have ever asked under that. Fast, no time to waste. Number 2, you go to the characteristics of Platyhelminthes. There are plenty, about 17 of them. They're not too plenty. That's where questions revolve around. Give you all the past questions under there. Run to the next again. Classification of your Platyhelminthes. There are 3 major classes there. Knock you all of them back to back, right? Look into all of them one after the other. After that, wire all the past questions that are underneath it. And then enter the next one, which is your class Tobellaria, which is one of the classification, right? Tobellaria. Under there, I'll show you your every single thing there. Take you around planarias, look at all the exam questions, all of it there. After we are done with that 4th part, we go quickly and start the 5th aspect. And in the 5th aspect, we're going to look at class Trematoda. Look at everything under Trematoda, one after the other. Schistosoma, look at. There are beautiful things that are underneath your Trematoda. Then we're going to look at Fasciola gigantica, also called your liver fluke. Yes, there's their questions from here. Fasciola gigantica or liver fluke. Treat all of them. Wire you all the past questions that are underneath it. Get down to your schistosoma hematobium. Look at all of those things there. Give you the different species of schistosoma that they want us to note. Leave there and then go into your class Cestoda. Treat you Cestoda every single Latin. They will now dive and enter into your tenia solium, which is your tip pump, and then cap up everything together. Wire all their past questions. Who is excited? Who they breathe? Baba, who they vibrate? Are you ready with me? Are you ready? I remain Sapi, your number 1 G. Ma, they will tell you, they show you the way. Baba, ensure you have eaten and you have eaten again. Flow with me as we go together. See you in lesson 1 shortly.
Hold on a bit very quickly. This class you're watching right now is just one out of a series of classes within the LearnLift app. And guess what? LearnLift is a mobile app, right, where you study intensively as well as extensively. So within the LearnLift app, you can see it very quickly. You have access to all your subjects there. You have your use of English, you have your mathematics, you have your physics, you have your chemistry, you have your biology, you have your JAM 400. All of them, they are different subjects within the LearnLift app. And of course, you have different topics under every particular subject, and everything has been narrowed down to you, down to the curriculum, with their past questions and everything to the core. And don't forget that within the LearnLift app, you have access to your video lessons, where you can start going through your classes uninterrupted. You have access to your notes. Oh yes, your notes, well organized, well structured for you, and you are running through all of them. And of course, inside the notes are past questions for you. You have access to your past questions in CBT format, where you can go through all of them extensively well. All of it within the LearnLift app for you and more. And guess what? Very important. You want to download the LearnLift app, all you need to just do is head down to Play Store or your App Store and type LearnLift. That's all. Once you type LearnLift, of course, the app is going to pop up for you, and you're going to see the logo, and then you download the app, and then you follow up on your studies intensively. Before we proceed, let's get back to class. Flow with me.
Hey guys, very quickly, we're going to look at something beautiful, and of course, we're going to flow very quickly with your phylum Platyhelminthes. And in this phylum, we're going to focus on the definition of Platyhelminthes. Very importantly, how do you define Platyhelminthes if you are to define them? Let's go, guys. This is our lesson 1. And in this lesson 1, I'll show you a lot of beautiful and amazing things that you must know very quickly. So sit tight and stay with me. You know, first thing, their definition is very key, right? So if they ask you, define Platyhelminthes, what do you say? You don't beat around the bush, you know exactly what to tell us. Your Platyhelminthes are groups of unsegmented soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened invertebrates. Now, hold on. What are platyhelminthes? They are a group of unsegmented, soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened invertebrates. Can you marry them together and tell me without looking at me? Just take your face away and then hit it to me. What are platyhelminthes? Platyhelminthes are groups of unsegmented, soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened invertebrates. So it's very possible that after you have learned platyhelminthes, nematoda, annelida, arthropoda, you now start confusing some one or two. So if you just hear platyhelminthes, there is something you should recall. Oh yes. Now what is it that I should remember when they just say platyhelminthes? The first easy thing to remember is this. Just remember what is called your USB and then DPI. What's your USB? Your platyhelminthes are unsegmented, soft-bodied, then dorsoventrally flattened invertebrates. Simple. So what are platyhelminthes? They are groups of unsegmented, soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened invertebrates. USB, DFI. USB, DFI. Come on, USB, DFI. Giga USB, DFI. Come on, USB, DFI. Unsegmented, soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened invertebrates are called what? Platyhelminthes. Now listen carefully. From that definition, your platyhelminthes, are they segmented or they are unsegmented? Unsegmented. You remember Saimi gave what is called your PP, CP, Nameya. Is that true? Nameya. Now, what do we have there? Your porifera, that's your protozoa, your porifera, your colenterata, right? After colenterata, what is the next? Your platyhelminthes is what we have. Then nematoda. Platyhelminthes are called your flatworms. That's why we say they are all segmented, soft-bodied, dorsoventrally flattened. Because they are flattened, they are flatworms. Nematodes are called roundworms. Annelids are called segmented worms. Segmented. Now the question is this: your platyhelminthes, are they segmented or they are unsegmented? Unsegmented. Does it make sense? Then unsegmented, not hard-bodied but soft-bodied, dorsoventrally. Front and back, they are flats, right? And they are what? Invertebrates. If you know this very quickly with me, now let's move on very quickly. Follow me. Let's say, for example, we have a queen and more like this. You can see, check her out now. Baby girl, turn around. You can see that front and back, she's flat, right? Compared to this, everywhere gallant, like she marama, she boku, she plenty small, right? Out of the two of them, which one is platyhelminthes female in the two of them? Of course, if here is A and this is B, very quickly, A is what? Platyhelminthes female. So you are going to do something very quickly for me. Take your pen, pick out a note, and then write out names of 6 ladies that are in your department that are platyhelminthes. Are you getting me? If you write down their name, the next time you see them, don't shout, just shake them. Say, hey, platy, how far you dey? If you say platyhelminthes now, she feel no, just shake hand. Platy, how far you dey? What are platyhelminthes? Groups of unsegmented, soft-bodied, those eventually what? Flattened invertebrates. They are platyhelminthes. If you understand it very quickly with me, let's go. Another lovely thing is this: the name platyhelminthes is derived from the Greek word. And what is the Greek word? Number one is called platys. What is it called? Platys. P-L-A-T-Y-S. P-L-A-T-Y-S. The word platys, it means flat. And the word helminths, it means worm. So when you hear platyhelminthes, what are they? They are flat worm. Platy means flat. Helminths is talking about what? Worm. That's why we say platyhelminthes are commonly called what? Flatworms. Platy, flat. Helminths, worm. Platyhelminthes are commonly called what? Flatworms. Another interesting thing very quickly is the examples of platyhelminthes. What are the examples of platyhelminthes very quickly? They include the following. Number one is called planaria. Now, in other words, you can see this. I want you to pay attention to those organisms so that when you are seeing them, we are going to treat all of them in details. This is planaria, number one. Number two is called your blood flukes, right? Number three is called your liver fluke. So we have planaria. This guy is a fluke. This guy is a fluke. So whether blood fluke or liver fluke, the two of them are flukes. And then number 3 is the one we call your tapeworm. And you can see that there are two major prominent species of tapeworm. As we move on, we explain them. Your Taenia solium and then your Taenia saginata. I'll give you their differences. Your planaria, your blood fluke, your liver fluke, and your tapeworm. In other words, okay, so how do I remember? Just remember what is called your PFT. What's your PFT? Your planaria is your P. Your F are the flukes, and the flukes are either the blood fluke or the liver fluke. And then the T is the what? The tapeworm. So if you understand this very quickly with me, another important thing very quickly is that planarias are free living. You know, we have planaria, your fluke, right? And then your tapeworm. Your planarias are the ones that are free living aquatic animals. Past question. Which of them are free living aquatic animals? Planarias. So 2 things here. Number 1, planarias are free living. That means they are not parasitic. Because they are not parasitic, it means they are not going to cause harm to their words, to anybody, right? So they are free living. Number 2, they are aquatic. So you see them in aquatic domain, aquatic terrains. It's not that you come and see them inside human intestine. No. But your flukes, say you see your flukes, whether your blood fluke, your liver fluke, as well as your tapeworm, whether your Taenia solium or your Taenia saginata, under the tapeworm, they are what? Parasitic in humans and animals. So the exam question they always ask here, planarias are dash, are they free living or they are parasitic? They are free living. Not just free living now, but they are free living aquatic animals. Another important thing you must know is the past questions from platyhelminthes that they don't play with, right? Under the introduction. Now, what are the past questions so far we can look at here? Follow me. Number 1, they gave this exam question. What is the meaning of the term platyhelminthes derived from? Kai, where is it derived from? Is it derived from smooth skin, or it is derived from your flat body, or it is coming from your segmented body, or it is your slimy texture, right? Now, it's true that your platyhelminthes are unsegmented, so segmented body cannot be the answer. Another thing is this: do they have smooth skin? Yeah, but take note of this, that they have soft body. They are soft bodied. Are you getting it now? For this, they are soft bodied. Now, what are platyhelminthes? Platy means flat. Helminths is talking about worms. So platyhelminthes are what? Your flat worms. And because they are flat worms, it means they have flat bodies. And that makes option what? B the correct answer. Oh, Sapi, you know they want me. Let's go. Look at question 2 very quickly, bro. Question 2 here says, which phylum do flatworms belong to? Where do they belong? Do they belong to your arthropoda, or they belong to your molluscas, or they belong to your platyhelminthes, or they belong to the one we call your annelida? Where do your flatworms belong to? They belong to what is called your platyhelminthes, and that makes option C the correct answer. Easy, right? Please learn the spelling of platyhelminthes. Not that you're not going to be spelling rubbish, right? Plat, like normal plates now, P-L-A-T. No, don't add the E. Platy. Sure, you see now. Then we now have what? Hell and then mints, like this. Don't play with it. That's the spelling for platyhelminthes. Number 3, look at this sweet question. The question says, which of the following flatworm is free living? Free living as flatworm. Are they the tapeworm, or they are the planaria, or they are the ones that we call liver fluke, or the one we call your ascaris? Now listen carefully. Your ascaris, lumbricoid, trancuculus, medinensis, enterobius vermicularis, asaclosoma duodenale, lawu, opuseka vovolu, sucheria branchofti. They are under nematode. So this guy is under your phylum Nematoda. Your tapeworm is platyhelminthes. Your liver fluke is platyhelminthes. Your planaria is platyhelminthes. Out of the platyhelminthes, now which are the flatworms? Which of them are free living? The ones that are free living are the words planaria. That makes option what B the correct answer. So planarias are the ones that are free living. Does it make sense? Shall you see the way we are explaining them? If you understand this, guess what? In the next class, I'll see you in lesson 2.
Hold on a bit very quickly. This class you're watching right now is just one out of a series of classes within the LearnLift app. And guess what? LearnLift is a mobile app, right, where you study intensively as well as extensively. So within the LearnLift app, you can see it very quickly. You have access to all your subject there. You have your use of English, you have your mathematics, you have your physics, you have your chemistry, you have your biology, you have your JAM 400. All of them, they are different subjects within the LearnLift app. And of course, you have different topics under every particular subject, and everything has been narrowed down to you, down to the curriculum, with their past questions and everything to the core. And don't forget that within the LearnLift app, you have access to your video lessons, where you can start going through your classes uninterrupted. You have access to your notes. Oh yes, your notes, well organized, well structured for you, and you are running through all of them. And of course, inside the notes are past questions for you. You have access to your past questions in CBT format, where you can go through all of them extensively well. All of it within the LearnLift app for you and more. And guess what? Very important. You want to download the LearnLift app, all you need to just do is head down to Play Store or your App Store and type LearnLift. That's all. Once you type LearnLift, of course, the app is going to pop up for you, and you're going to see the logo, and then you download the app, and then you follow up on your studies intensively. Before we proceed, let's get back to class. Flow with me.
Hello guys, guess what? We're going to learn something beautiful in this class as we look interestingly into what is called the characteristics of platyhelminthes. Oh yes, what are the characteristics of platyhelminthes? What should I see for me to jump into a conclusion that come out to be platyhelminthes? This is our lesson 2. Oh yes, the characteristics of platyhelminthes, they are not plenty, there are just a few of them, yes, and I don't want you to forget any of them, and they are just how many? 17 characteristics. Did it shock you? 17 characteristics of platyhelminthes. I'll give them to you back to back. We are come, make we go. What are the characteristics? Number 1, you must note this, that platyhelminthes are bilaterally symmetrical. So in terms of symmetry, what are they? Bilaterally symmetrical. That's why we say flatworm. They display bilateral symmetry, meaning their bodies can be divided into 2 halves along the central axis. Can I divide your platyhelminthe into 2 halves? Yes, along the what? The central axis. Now, for example, if this is our orange, you take orange, this is the central axis, divide orange into 2. You know, you can divide it in like this, like this, like this, like this. It's not just one plane, no, into as many planes as possible as you like. Orange is not bilaterally symmetrical. I mean, this kind of symmetry is what is called your radial symmetry, radial. But platyhelminthes are not radially symmetrical. No, they are bilaterally symmetrical. You can divide them into 2 halves along a central axis. A good example of bilateral symmetry you see is human. So man, for example, now human being, we are bilaterally symmetrical. Your platyhelminthes are bilaterally symmetrical. Don't play. Another important thing is this symmetry will allow for efficient movement and coordination. So what is the goal of their bilateral symmetry? For efficiency in their movement as well as what? Coordination. Another lovely thing, very fast, number 2 characteristic is called flattened body. That's why we say that your platyhelminthes are all segmented, soft-bodied, right? Those who ventrally what? Flatten the vertebrates. So all segmented, soft-bodied USB, those who ventrally flatten the invertebrates, USB DFI, what are they? Platyhelminthes. So in terms of flat body, what can we say? Don't forget this. So understand this, that flatworms are typically those who ventrally flattened. Now look at this worm now. Show you here. Front flat, back flat. That's why we say those who ventrally flattened, which means they have a flattened body shape, right, with a distinct upper dorsal. The upper side is dorsal. Okay, now let me say this. Let's say, for example, this is your goat. This is goats. I draw goats. You know I'm a drawist. This is your goat, and then the goat now have tail. Show you see now. This side of the goat is the dorsal surface. This side of the goat is called the what? The ventral surface. Are you seeing it? Now, your platyhelminthes, dorsally and ventrally, what happened to them? They are flat. If you understand that, also know this very quickly, that this flat morphology is what enables them to live in or move through narrow spaces, such as crevices in aquatic environment. So, which of the platyhelminthes do you see in your aquatic environment? Are they not planarians? Yes, your planarians are flat, meaning they have the ability to move through crevices in aquatic environment. Tapeworm in the body of man, they are flat, right? So if this is your tapeworm, very quickly. Now, where do they reside? Human intestine. Since tapeworm is inside the human intestine, can they easily meander their way if they want to? Yes, because they are what? Flat. But they don't really move like that. Tapeworm, they live sedentary life. As we move, I will explain. Also know this very quickly. Number 3 characteristics of platyhelminthes is what we call your triploblastic. Triploblastic. By triploblastic there, what do we refer to? That means we're talking about germ layers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Platyhelminthes are the first animals in this world to exhibit 3 embryonic germ layers. Oh, so from your PPCP, Namea, anywhere they like, they bring the question from. You see your platyhelminthes here, your platyhelminthes, after your coleterata, you see your platyhelminthes, right? They are the first to exhibit your triploblasticity. It means others have been diploblastic. But when you come to your platyhelminthes, what are they? They are triploblastic, right? Since they are triploblastic, the 3 germ layers they have, they are what? The endoderm, number 1, the mesoderm, and the ectoderm. And that is what gives rise to specialized tissues and organs. Because of their triploblasticity, there is specializations in their tissues and their organs. Now, understand this, that number 4 character is called body cavity. Oh, yes. What type of body cavity do you see in your platyhelminthes? Now, follow me. Platyhelminthes lack a true body cavity or cilium. And because they lack true body cavity, it means they are acoelomate. Acoelomate organisms are organisms that don't have any body cavity. There is no true body cavity in acoelomate organisms. In fact, they are not even pseudocoelomates. Oh, come on, explain something. In your PPCP Namea, we will always make reference to this so that you catch it to a PPCP, right? Namea. Now, I would like to show you something here. That if it comes to body cavity, the landmark is the nematode that we use. Anything below nematode, they are acoelomates. Anything above nematode are coelomates, meaning they have true body cavity, like your arthropods, right? Your annelids, your mollusca, your arthropoda, your echinodermata. All of these guys here, they have true body cavity. But you see nematode. Nematode are pseudocoelomate, meaning they will have a false body cavity. So if we are dealing with platyhelminthes have true body cavity, or they will not have body cavity at all, no body cavity. That's why they are acoelomate organisms. Does it make sense? If you understand this very quickly, or maybe very quickly, let's look at number 5 character. We are going all the way to 17. Number 5, platyhelminthes, in terms of their digestive system, what can we say? Don't forget this, that the digestive system of platyhelminthes is incomplete. Is it complete? Or it is incomplete? It is incomplete. Why? Because it has a single opening that serves as both the mouth and the anus. So one opening. Imagine they will eat through that same mouth. That same mouth is what they will use to what? Excrete. Which mammal have one opening that they eat through the opening and then excrete through that same opening? Bats is the correct answer. Bat. Exam question. Bats. So don't forget this, that when we come to planarias, their anus are rarely present. So some of them is very rare for anus to be present, right? So most of the time they lack what? Anus, meaning they don't get nyash. They are nyashless human beings. Another lovely thing is this very quickly. Don't forget this, that this type of digestive system that you see in your platyhelminthes is what allow for ingestion and egestion of food through the same opening. That same mouth, food will enter. That same mouth, food will live through it. Boring life. Don't forget this quickly. Number 6, they have what is called your what? Excretory system. Oh yes, they get excretory system. Platyhelminthes have a network of tubules that is called your protonephridia. In other words, the excretory system of your platyhelminthes, they are either called your protonephridia or Phylum cells. Come on, protonephridia or Phylum cells. Again, protonephridia or Phylum cells. But let me shout you, the one you will always keep seeing in the exam condition, they are Phylum cells. Yes, so Phylum cells, that's the exact one you keep seeing in the exam condition. So it is either their protonephridia or their what? Phylum cells as their what? Excretory system. And this, your Phylum cells, function in both excretion and osmoregulation. So when they ask you, they are protonephridia or they are Phylum cells, are they for osmoregulation alone or both osmo and excretion? Both osmo and what? Excretion, don't forget. Now, let me dwell more on your Phylum cells and then show you something lovely. Now, follow me from here very quickly. You must understand that the Phylum cells help to maintain the proper balance of water and electrolytes in the flatworm's body. So, water and electrolytes. So, you see, osmoregulation have come in there. That's why I say that their major function is for excretion and what? Osmoregulation. Another thing is this. Hence, it serves as an excretory and an osmoregulatory organ. Don't forget that. Also, another important factor of or characteristics of your platyhelminthes, number 7, is called no respiratory system. No respiratory system. Do they have respiratory system or they don't have respiratory system? They don't have respiratory system. By this, what do we mean? Now follow me. Due to their flat body shape, right, and thin tissues, because they are thin, they are flat, they are also thin. Flatworms rely on simple diffusion to exchange gases. Gases like what? Oxygen and what? Carbon dioxide. So how is excretion now carried out in your or respiration? How is respiration carried out in your platyhelminthes? It is by simple diffusion. Please gum it somewhere in your notes. By what? Simple diffusion. By what? Simple diffusion. By what? Simple diffusion. By what? Simple simple diffusion. Now, another thing I would like to draw your attention to is that your gases, they diffuse through their thin and moist body surface. You know, your platyhelminthes are all segmented, soft-bodied, those who eventually flatten the invertebrates, soft-bodied. And because they are soft-bodied, what happens? They can easily what? Diffuse. Gases can easily diffuse to their body, through their body surface. Now, another important area is number 8, which is their characteristics, and that is called no circulatory system. Listen. No respiratory system, no circulatory system. Your platyhelminthes don't have respiratory. Your platyhelminthes don't have circulatory. So circulatory and respiratory system, they don't have. Circulatory and respiratory system, do they have it or they don't have it? They don't have it. Don't forget to. Another thing is this: your platyhelminthes lack circulatory system. Why? Because their bodies are flat and thin. Is it a crime to be flat and thin? No, it's not a crime, but don't look like platyhelminthes. I just yeah, let's go. Don't forget this, that hence, because their body is flat and thin, it allows for efficient diffusion of what? Gases and nutrients. So you see, gases and nutrients, circulatory and respiratory, they diffuse directly across their body into their what? Tissues, and eliminating the need for a specialized circulatory system. So is there a need for specialized circulatory system in their body? No, they don't need it. Now don't forget this, number 9 character is what we call your nervous system. Yes. What type of nervous system do we see in your platyhelminthes? The nervous system of platyhelminthes is such that they have simple nervous system. Is it complex or simple? Simple. That is composed of ganglia, and ganglia is clusters of nerve cells. You know, your nerve cells, they aggregate themselves together to come and form ganglia, and that is connected to each other by what? Your nerve cords. So do they have complex nervous system or simple nervous system? Simple nervous system that is formed by what? Aggregation of what? Your ganglia. Another important thing is this, very quickly. These often have paired nerve cords. Now, meaning if this is their body, most of the times you see a nerve cord running down, another nerve cord is what? Running down like this. So do they have a singular nerve cord or they have paired nerve cord? Paired nerve cord that run how? Longitudinally along their body and give rise to sensory and motor functions. So all of these guys is what allowed them to carry out their sensory and their what? Motor functions. And don't forget this very quickly, that number 10 character of your platyhelminthes is what we call your hermaphroditic. So your platyhelminthes are hermaphrodites. By hermaphrodites, what do we mean? Since they are hermaphrodites or platyhelminthes are hermaphrodites, they will possess both male and female reproductive organs. So one platyhelminthe have male reproductive organ, he also have female reproductive organ, and that is what allowed them for efficiency in terms of their mating and reproduction within their sedentary lifestyle. So do they have mobile? It's just like, for example, now you know, as a guy, you want to toast a lady, or you will be babe now, they toast you, they don't toast you, 700 people don't toast you. They play. Now, as a guy, you want to check a lady, what will happen? Of course, you walk up to her, right? Yes. When you walk up to her, you make efforts. Your platyhelminthes don't make efforts in their relationship life. No. Because they live sedentary life. Sedentary, meaning they are more like sedentarians. They live a sedentary life. And because they live sedentary life, they are just in one place. Now, if your platyhelminthes, let me say like your tapeworm, is in the intestine of man, and because digested food is there, will they stress themselves? They won't stress themselves. They will just be there and anchor themselves to digested food, and they will just keep tapping the digested food. So what kind of life do they live? They don't move up and down. They don't exercise themselves. They live a sedentary life, boring life, right? And because they live sedentary life, they need to be hermaphroditic because they don't want to live for partners. The one platyhelminthes have male organ, female organ. So hermaphrodites continue. If you understand this very quickly with me, guess what? In the next class, I'll start from 11 all the way to 17, and then we'll look at all their past questions very, very quickly.
This class you just finished watching, of course, is brought to you by what? By the LearnLift app. Oh yes. And within the LearnLift app, you have access to all your classes from the beginning to the end. Everything is well organized for you. Every singular subject, every singular topic followed in line directly with your syllabus and your curriculum. And of course, can I tell you something lovely about the LearnLift app? Oh, this is the sweet part of it. You have access to your JAM classes within the LearnLift app. You have access to your WAEC, your NECO, your GC classes. You have access to your post-UTME classes. And that's not all. Of course, for your secondary school, you have access to your secondary school classes, whether SS1, SS2, SS3. You have access to your classes directly. And of course, if you're in the university, you have access to your 100 level as well as 200 level classes, all within the LearnLift app. And of course, your 200 level classes are for medical students. All of them are there, well structured and highly organized for you. But please, before you proceed, just head down to your Play Store or your App Store and just type what? LearnLift. Immediately you type LearnLift, of course, the app is going to pop up for you and you download the app and then you start learning immediately. And also very quickly, all you're going to do is that in the description of this video or in the comment section, just open it. You see the link to our WhatsApp channel. Click on it and you are in the WhatsApp channel already, where we are going to be dropping information every blessed day on a regular basis. And also very important, if you want to reach out to LearnLift, this is LearnLift contact, any of the two, right? Just copy it down and then WhatsApp us, right? Either you send WhatsApp message or you put a call across to us and all of that, and we're going to attend to you immediately. Guess what? I'll see you in the next chapter. For the now, peace out. Bye.